Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Leos, let's go ahead and take a look. What have we got, Leo? Ooh, who's stressing right now? It comes across to me like Leo is perhaps stressing at the moment. And a Page of Swords in the reverse. Is Leo actually worried that their name has been forgotten, that they are not being considered for something? Who is it that Leo is worried has forgotten them? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Possibly this has to do with someone that they wanted to hear from for a job, an internship, somebody that they wanted to like volunteer to do something. And it's like, oh man, I'm pretty sure that they forgot I even sent in that resume. And oh man, am I going to have to go remind them? Ace of Swords, or is no word from this person, meaning that I didn't make the cut. It's tough when there's not even a no thank you letter involved. Why is Leo thinking that they've been forgotten? Because let me put it this way, Leos are not forgettable. Like, they just aren't. We got the Five of Pentacles. We got the Seven of Cups because they're like, I think they forgot me because there's a lot of other people out there. There's not just me. There's a lot of choices. This could be Leo is thinking, someone isn't going to write me back, or they've moved on with another lover, or they have forgotten all about me. They don't even remember my name. Let's go ahead and ask. It has the person that Leo's thinking about, has that person forgotten Leo? Or maybe I should say, what does that person think of in regards to Leo? If any, I mean, maybe Leo's spot on. Maybe this person doesn't think about them. Yeah, only every day of every other minute. We got a Two of Swords. They don't know what to do. They don't know what move to make. They are in this stagnated thinking about Leo all day. Justice, Five of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Oh my God. Leo lives in this person's memory. Also, what lives in their memory is a wrong that was done. This is somebody who doesn't know how to undo a wrong. They just wish that they hadn't done whatever it was. They wish they had never walked away from Leo in the first place, is what I think. But they live in this memory of, that's all they think about. I mean, the Four of Pentacles is holding on tightly and he's riding the damn elephant, right? Not sorry, I like elephants. I didn't mean to call you a damn elephant. But I'm saying like the frustration of, he literally sits in the memory of what happened. Okay, hang on. What's the justice? What went wrong? Because this is something was really unfair. The Strength card and the King of Wands. They did something unfair to Leo. I mean, this is literally, the Strength card is Leo. And did Leo have to stand their ground with this person? Did Leo have to, maybe they're thinking Leo should never, I mean, I loved Leo. They should never have had to like put up a boundary with me. I'm kind of thinking that this person is kicking themselves because they feel like they pushed Leo to have to put up a boundary with them. We have the Hierophant. Oh, no. No. Was this person married? Is that what this is? Because this can be marriage. And I'm asking what was wrong. Did Leo have to push them to try to get them to tell some kind of a truth? Ooh, King of Swords. And did they cross their arms and try to stay silent and not tell the truth? Is that what this is about? I can see why they would be more stuck on everything that's wrong, because they, in this storyline, I'm sorry, it is very one-sided. They did wrong to Leo. And we see that because they said it, right? That's not me pointing fingers. They think all the time of Leo. All the time. They're stuck on not knowing what move to make, and it's definitely their move to make next. But because they did something that was very wrong, that pushed Leo. Look, they love Leo. They do. They wanted to be Leo's mate, but I'm afraid they already were somebody else's mate. In this particular fictional story, they were already somebody else's mate. And I'm thinking that that's why Leo is the golden temple. Leo is where they wanted to be. And Leo is the one that they couldn't be with. They tried it though, didn't they? And I think Leo had to actually put up a boundary with them to try to get them to either be straightforward, be honest. And I think they went silent instead. I think this person decided to not reveal possibly the situation. That, or this is something that was headed for marriage, and then like Leo had to ask, what are we doing? I mean, we're in this, right? You say you love me, but what does that mean? What is your plan for me, for us? What are we doing? Maybe there was the assumption that of course we would be married, but I don't know. Tell me, King of Swords, what happened here? What did you do? They could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but we did see strong Libra already, because of the Justice card. High Priestess, Seven of Cups. They intentionally wanted to not answer stuff. They wanted to leave things murky. They didn't know what to say. They didn't answer truthfully. They did silence instead. They think about this all the freaking time. All the freaking time. So let me ask this. Why does it stress Leo out to say, I think they don't even remember who I am? Why does that even stress Leo? Because I don't see how this person was bringing much to the table other than stress for Leo. Although we did see love there. I mean, we certainly saw desire and passion and talk of marriage, but I think this person was already married, is what it looks like. Or there was certainly something that they weren't ready to like make something more serious. But why would it distress Leo? I think it's in the sense that Leo might be saying, I guess it's hard to say, maybe I was just nothing. Maybe I was just this brief fling, a page of wands. I barely was a blip on their radar. Look, all I can say is nobody sits here in, like frozen contemplation unless it's extremely meaningful. This person is not stuck in their head, remembering every detail, like mulling over and reliving the regrets of what they walked away from and the wrong that they did. This person is that they don't know how to undo the wrong that they did. I think this person started out by doing something wrong in this connection with Leo. And how do I go back and reverse it? How do I undo what I already did wrong? Because they wanted to not have to reveal this. They wanted to keep it a secret with the High Priestess. And the confusion of like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say the truth. So I'd rather just be silent, right? The sword is down. King of Swords usually speaks up, but I think in this one, he would have to tell the truth and he doesn't know how to tell the truth. That's why he sits there in silence. I don't know how to tell the truth to Leo. Well, if what you really are saying is, I don't know how to tell it in a way that I can get myself out of the guilt that I feel. I don't know how to tell the truth and not look like the bad guy because I know that I was. Well, then, honey, you don't really have a choice. You don't get to sit there and say, is there some other way that I could tell a truth that I'll come out looking better, or that I can undo what I've done wrong? No, probably there isn't. You did what you did. And if you know it's wrong, then that's what the truth is. But you not talking to Leo at all is making Leo feel so much more insulted. So it's like, insult on injury, right? That's how this is coming across to me. I'm not digging this character at all, but I really, I feel like I want to protect this Leo. Say, darling, have you flip it over and take your power back and say, I don't think that they're worth my time. I'm worried that they've forgotten my name. I didn't even factor in. I stress out and I wonder, have they completely forgotten me? Do they never think of me? Did I not matter? And probably they've just moved on to somebody else. There's so many other people out there to, cuddle them and keep them warm. So many other options. And I probably just wasn't much of anything to them. No. Don't lower yourself. Don't for a minute imagine that somehow you are less valuable. Why would they, if they treated you like that, why would they get to have any spot in your mind? They should be worried that you go, oh, that person was a fart in the wind. I don't care about that. Whatever happened with us, they didn't step up and make me, they weren't in my life long enough, or they didn't step up and offer something that I would have expected somebody to offer me if I were going to stay with them. I kind of think Leo needs to flip this script, but that's just me talking. Let's see. Universe, what have you got to say to Leo? 7 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Definitely Leo needs to bend those bars. And I'm glad I went ahead and just mouthed off for a second there, because I would say that's exactly what the message is. Leo should feel like $1,000,000. Leo should stop thinking about them not coming toward me. First off, Leo has not considered that perhaps there was an obstacle in them being able to communicate with Leo, an obstacle that is entirely their problem and has nothing to do with Leo. But more importantly, Leo should be listening to their own guides about how, what should Leo be focusing on? Themselves, their abundance, especially if somebody's not there beside us. We should be looking out for ourselves, especially then, because and feeling empowered and feeling like maybe Leo should consider that if this person hasn't put in the effort that would be required, then hopefully Leo just keeps getting better and better and says, yeah, I've just raised the bar more and more. So anybody who can't match, what I would like to receive really couldn't be in my life anyway. It just feels like the universe is suggesting to Leo, number one, there are other blockages in this world that have nothing to do with Leo's, this person's desire for Leo or Leo's worth or anything like that. So Leo should not be measuring their value based off of whether or not they hear from this person, which I think is spot on. Universe, what's your message for this King of Swords who seems to sit there in a bunch of silence? We have Queen of Cups upright, and we have that Page of Swords sideways. I mean, I would say a lot less spying and trying to come up with information, because I think they already know the information. Stop thinking about what you need to figure out and start thinking about the person that you profess to love. What would you want to do if you feel something for somebody? Don't you want to be there? Don't you want to protect them? Don't you, that it simplifies stuff. What do you still need to figure out? What do you still need to gain information on? What more could you possibly gather information on? Or what would be a benefit to you continuing to avoid being with Leo? What more could you possibly try to figure out? You know what happened. You know something went horribly wrong already. You know you shouldn't have walked away from Leo because you want to be with Leo. So isn't that the more important thing? What more information could you possibly need to gather if that's what you want to do? Now, I don't know. Let me go back. Universe, how are they going to fix this with Leo? Let me just ask that. 10 of Cups, the Lovers sideways. I do think that this person should not have been probably in Leo's world at the time that they tried to be, because there is this, if they're going to fix this, they need to offer Leo the 10 of Cups that they should have been able to offer before, even though I don't believe that they were free to do so, because this says the choice in lovers. I don't think that this person was like, oh, I'm just happily having my cake and eating it too. But I think that they knew that there was no option, even though I think they put Leo into a situation that Leo didn't know they were in this story. Please remember, these are fictional. Please don't apply this to your own life story and say, what? That's what somebody did to me. No. I'm not a psychic. I don't predict anybody's life. These stories are like we watch the characters play things out, and then we have the advantage of knowing that we're not those characters. And so we can do things differently, or we can contemplate how these characters did things. And then we can say, what would I have done if I were them? How would I have handled that differently? How would I have handled that better? So I hope that's how everybody always watches my channel. Because I do not pretend to predict people's lives. I wish I had that gift. I do not, but I'm a damn good storyteller. That's my gift. So I hope my storytelling is heard the way I intend it to be. Entertaining, but also thought-provoking. This feels very much like this character, this king. I mean, he admittedly, he's still, the universe not letting him get out of this. He needs to go ahead and offer Leo the 10 of Cups, but also explain how is it that there was ever a question mark about where he was or who he was choosing. That all needs to be spoken out loud. If he were not free in the very beginning, he's going to have to come clean about that. You can't have something murky here. Ace of Cups. And the only other way that he can fix anything with Leo is to give his entire heart unencumbered, fully and completely to Leo. Try to really make Leo happy every day. If Leo's going to give you a second chance, even though you started things out on what seems like a hidden situation. You loved Leo, we see that, but what's the deal? Universe, can I just get clarity on that? With that Hierophant card, I'm still trying to pin down, were they actually married already? Eight of Swords, they were not free, let's put it that way. And we could say marriage is many things, right? In the traditional sense, we think, oh, people marry each other because they're in love, they want to be together, they want to build a life together, they're acting as a team, a unit for the betterment of their, collective future. That's not always what marriage is, though. Sometimes it's just a document, but it still is a binding document legally, and doesn't mean he can go off and go marry Leo if he's already married to somebody else. If he's in other contracts, he was not free. And that's the part that he didn't tell to Leo. So it doesn't have to be, oh, this person was like, playing husband or wife to some other partner in the traditional sense. But at minimum, he was not free. He should not have been starting something with Leo as if he were free to offer Leo an entire life together when in fact he knew he couldn't. And that's where the ultimate wrong was done. That's the part that he's been stuck on so much. It made him actually walk away from Leo because he couldn't offer Leo what he should have been able to, but he also didn't tell Leo what the real problem was. He didn't want to say that. And he's been stuck on this all this time because it's like, how do I admit what I did? How do I admit that I started out on a false premise, that I could never have offered something that meaningful to Leo? I don't think this took very long for either him to figure out that he was in love with Leo, but also for Leo to have to put up a boundary and be like, I don't understand what's going on. What, are you married? Is there some other connection? So I'm thinking things got wiggy pretty fast. I'm thinking Leo figured out pretty swiftly that something wasn't adding up. And this person did not know how to explain the reality of their situation without displaying what they actually did, which is wrong from the beginning. That part gives me pause. Universe, do you want to weigh in on that? I mean, does this person have a tendency to, that's a pretty big lie to start out on. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands. The universe simply says, if this person really wants to change and do things differently from here on out, be an honest individual, move forward from here on out in truth, in clarity, they can absolutely turn over a new leaf. Being with Leo would be the example of them having that new leaf and behaving differently from here on out. So I guess the question mark here is just for them, what are you going to do? Because you've been sitting here doing nothing but thinking about Leo for all this time, not knowing how will I ever be able to undo what I've done. They still sit in the Hanged Man energy. They still sit saying, I don't know how I'll ever undo this with Leo. Well, the universe already laid it out. They may be slowly but surely coming to the same conclusion. I need to just go offer my whole heart to Leo. I need to just lay myself, on the line and actually give Leo all my love if they'll even consider accepting it at this point. If now I can offer it. Three of Swords. They expect to be brokenhearted. They expect Leo to possibly say, you did what? You did that to me? This is the thing. They don't want to be faced with what they actually did. They don't want to. It's weird because they actually don't want to face the fact that they hurt Leo, but they've already hurt Leo and they're still hurting Leo by not just coming clean. I don't know. I don't like the avoidance of, this does not feel like somebody who's done anything in a mature fashion. I really question this because I don't like this character, to be completely honest, but that's none of my business. Three of Wands is in the reverse. Hey, they made a mistake in the past, and who they used to be is not who they might be moving forward. But they've had a lot of shame over this, a lot of shame over what they were in the past. If they could rewrite history and undo what they did, I think they would in a heartbeat. I think that's what the whole holdup has been. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.